Okay, all right, guys. We are back. That was Trump having a few words in England with the King Charles, and the Queen Consort. The Queen Consort, not the Queen. Had a few minutes with Lauren Boebert just before the show started because we had heard that Trump was going to speak, so we wanted to get that in. It was a very, very interesting conversation. Take a look at, let's start with the soundbite, but watch.
What purpose does the gentlelady from Colorado rise? Shh.
Silent results. Is there someone who can lead us in a moment of prayer out loud for Charlie and his family?
Let's. Wait a minute. The House will be in order. The House will be in order. Shh. The House will be in order. Shh. The House will be in order. We will join after this, okay? The chair lays before the House a communication. The House will be in order.
Happy to have Congresswoman Lauren Boebert with us. Congresswoman, shocking to see the Democrats. You know what they say, when they tell you who they are, believe them. Everything we've said about this party, hours after Charlie's passing, you look for a moment of prayer, and tell us what you heard from Democrat side.
Yes. Well, Eric, hearing that all over again really infuriates me. I've progressed from, the part of grief from mourning and denial to anger. And that's where I am right now. It is so infuriating to see the reaction from colleagues that I work with on a daily basis here in the United States Capitol, refusing prayer. And, in that moment, we had not known that Charlie had passed. And I didn't feel it was appropriate to just have silence for my friend while believing for a miracle. And I wanted us to collectively come together and pray for a man who brought young people not just to the Republican Party or even to our constitutional roots. And he was a role model and a husband to Erica, a father to two young children, and a friend who lived out exactly what he preached. He welcomed debate from those who disagreed him. In fact, he was famous for saying, if you disagree with me, come to the front of the line. I want to have a conversation with you and welcome that dialogue. And now we can't even have the minority leader, Hakeem Jeffries, join us for a prayer vigil, a candlelight vigil for Charlie in Statuary Hall in our Capitol, which is so egregious and offensive. But what we have seen every single day, the left coming out and mocking the assassination of Charlie Kirk, mocking the widow, Erica Kirk, celebrating this tragedy and even doubling down on their threats to people like myself and my colleagues and others who are influencing our youth and moving forward in this moment is absolutely disgusting and un-American. And this is not, a party that we can see unity with. When you are celebrating the execution of a father who simply wants to exercise his First Amendment right to have free and fair debate, I don't see unity there, Eric.
It's incredible how they've really shown their colors. They always do this, too. And when there's a liberal, progressive, trans shooter, within seconds, they start blaming the gun. This was a little different, though. They first started blaming Charlie himself for his words, and I'm thinking of Ilhan Omar, who said that, one of your colleagues on the left. Another one, guys, I don't know, Ben or Mad Dog, if you have it, we played it yesterday, I believe, or this morning, Jasmine Crockett blaming an assault weapon, because proving yet she knows nothing about the things she's trying to control and the situation. If we can find that, we're going to look for that, Congresswoman. But between Jasmine Crockett blaming an assault weapon, which wasn't, or Ilhan Omar blaming Charlie with his own words, you got to be disgusted with your party on the other side. I'm not ready for unity with that party. Are you?
No, I don't see it happening is the thing. This should have toned down the rhetoric from those on the left. Instead, they are saying that Republicans need to tone down the rhetoric. We aren't the ones out there killing people we disagree with. They tried to kill my president twice, and now they have killed my friend Charlie Kirk, our friend. And this is something that is going to motivate us to do even more. More people are coming to Jesus. More people went to church this Sunday. There was record attendance. My church was standing room only this Sunday. More people are looking into the words of Charlie Kirk. And I believe that the revelation that's going to come from that is something that the left won't be able to escape from, because people are being enlightened to truth. And this is the movement that we are going forward with. Democrats can stay where they are. They could stay in that 30%, the radical percentage of their party who says that political violence is okay. It's okay if someone dies that they disagree with. They can have them and stay back there with them. We are moving forward in the greatest country that has ever existed. We're not so much concerned right now with tax rates and GDP. We're far more focused on young men and women and starting families and dedicating their lives to Jesus. And that's how Charlie lived his life. And that's the legacy that he leaves behind, which we need to remember him by and carry it on each day.
Let's take a listen. Mad Dog found the clip.
But this is a war. This isn't a battle. And we absolutely will win this war.
It is a war. It is indeed a war. And I have to say, they have won some battles, Jasmine, but we have to keep our eye on the war, and everybody needs to pick up a weapon and get involved, because this is for the safety and lasting of the country.
Well, not quite the clip, but also liberals talking about war, pick up battle guns, weapons. I mean, they wonder why Charlie Kirk has been assassinated. They took out probably the most effective young leader on our side. And people hear this. The trans community is at the heightened rate of shooters within the trans community. There's something going on there. I'm
probably everything they're being injected with.
Right, well, injected. This is it. We've talked about this all week. They're being injected with gender dysmorphia drugs that can, and sometimes when they're young, 12, 13, 14 years old, it's changing the chemical makeup of the body. You can't, I'll do it again. You can't go and get an open carry license in Florida. Florida, the freest state in the union with gun control. And you can't do it if you have a medical marijuana card, because they think you have a medical marijuana card. It may affect your judgment with a gun in your hand. How about trans drugs that they're shooting themselves up with? Do you think that's not going to affect them with the gun when they're already pissed off at the rest of us because they're being told we're Hitler youth? Of course it is. I'm sorry. I digress. Congresswoman.
Yes, you're absolutely right. When we are labeled as Hitler, as Nazi, as racist on a regular basis, there's no wonder why there are so many attacks toward Republicans, toward conservatives, even toward Christians. It has been absolutely radicalized on the left. And now here you have Jasmine Crockett sitting in an interview with a host saying this is war and it's time to pick up weapons. Are you absolutely kidding me? We talk about the right to defend ourselves with a firearm, and they absolutely lose their minds. But I've yet to hear anyone on the left come out and say any of this is wrong. Tonight, we have a motion on the floor. Nancy Mace has introduced a privileged motion to censure Ilhan Omar for the words that she has said, for the posts that she has reposted on social media that are absolutely abhorrent to Charlie Kirk and slanderous. And it's not within the guides of a sitting member of Congress to conduct in that manner. So I hope that my Republican colleagues see that and will not table this motion, and we can actually move forward with censuring her, and she needs to be removed from her committee assignments as well. We do not need someone who is celebrating the death of a man who was effective, not just because he was saying the right thing, but because our children were listening to him, because our children were paying attention and following him and getting involved. That is why they killed him. They hate everything that we are teaching our youth. And if she is is going to celebrate his death, she doesn't need committee assignments where we are talking about educating our youth in the United States House of Representatives.
Yep, you are so right. You are so right. Get that censor, get that vote, and find out where people really stand. Lauren Boebert, Congresswoman from Colorado, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Eric. Fight like Charlie.
We do. I am Charlie. I'm Charlie Kirk. I'm telling you, this is it's on social media. We're hashtag I am Charlie Kirk. We all could be. Think about it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, a little turn here, but if you're stressed about back taxes, maybe you missed the April 15th deadline or your books are cooked. A mess. Don't wait. IRS is cracking down. Penalties add up fast, 5% per month, up to 25% just because you didn't file. But here's some help. Tax Network USA can take the burden off your shoulders and stop the spiral before it gets worse. They've helped thousands of Americans, whether you're an employee, whether you're a small business owner, or maybe you haven't even filed in years. Messy books, no problem. They've seen it all, and they know exactly how to clean it up with direct access to powerful IRS programs and expert negotiators on your side. Tax Network USA knows how to win. You'll get a free consultation, and if you qualify, they may even be able to reduce or eliminate what you owe. More importantly, they'll help protect you from wage garnishments or bank levies. So don't wait for the next IRS letter. Call 800-905-8000 or visit tnusa.com/RAV to talk to a real expert at Tax Network USA. Take the pressure off. Let Tax Network USA handle your tax issues. All right, it starts tomorrow. We launch tomorrow. Got a huge, stick around in the show. I'm going to tell you who the huge guest is for the first The Edge. Watch.
After baseball, I came here. Wall Street. Every second, pressure. Every decision, a bet. Some guys wrote, some ran. I didn't. Pressure's not the enemy. Weakness is. You either rise through the fire or get left in the ashes. That is The Edge.